Okay, so I'm going to make a requested video on my top hacks to reduce the maintenance of an aquarium. So, hack number one would be to oversize your filter. The better your filter, the more good bacteria it can grow. Therefore, the less algae you'll tend to get in the aquarium, and the higher your water quality will tend to remain. Now, the filter is all about surface area to volume ratio. So the media that I would want to put in the filter is marine pure. It has the only scientifically proven surface area to volume ratio, which allows the formation of parallel nitrifying bacteria to denitrifying bacteria without the formation of anoxic bacteria, which discharges hydrogen sulfide, breaking sulfates into sulfides. So this is the media that I would use as hack number one. That can go into a canister filters, it can go into some filters, it can go in the back of the aquarium, whatever. So oversizing your filtration is hack number one. Hack number two is very good oxygen. So making sure that you have very good surface agitation and making sure that your lids are not tightly sealed lids. Air pumps are fine. Anything to make sure that you have very good water flow, because good water flow is going to push all the debris around, make it more likely to go into the filter, and make a more healthy environment for the fish. Now, the next hack would be catfish. I want to put fish in which are going to scavenge the waste of the other fish, which are the ones with the little whiskers or barbels. I'll also want to put in fish that have the sucker mouth, so they'll run and clean all the glass for you. Keep the algae down. Plecostomus catfish, stuff like that, are a wonderful hack to reduce your servicing. The next thing would be the light. Don't have the light on too long, especially if you don't have live plants. If you have live plants, have the light on for the right amount of time, but reduce the light if you're getting algae. Too much light can create too much maintenance. The next thing, which would be my next big hack, would be the quality of the food you use. So the food that I would recommend using is Spectrum's probiotics. Now, the probiotic bacteria is very good for the fish's digestion, but the bit you're interested in is when the fish poo, the bacteria in the poo eats the poo. And it is absolutely phenomenal how much cleaner your aquarium will be when you feed a high quality clean food. This is also not pressure cooked, not heavily processed, doesn't contain large amounts of unnecessary caking agents and all the rest of that sort of jazz. So this is the food that I would buy if you want hacks on lowering your maintenance. The next thing that I would be concerned about is making sure that you do gravel clean. So when you do a water change, I'll use a gravel cleaner and I'll pull all the dirty crap out of the gravel. I will not do water changes off the top of the surface, because all you're doing is pulling the good water out and then putting good water back in. If you are going to minimize your water changes, I want to make sure that I get as much value as I can for the water that I'm removing. So I will actually use a gravel cleaner. I'll pull all the crap out of the sand. I'll throw away that dirty, filthy bucket, and then I'll put a nice, clean bucket of water into the thing. Now, the next thing to do is to be aware of your water quality. So pH is one that everyone knows about, but being aware of KH and GH would be the next hack. GH is going to help with body slime and aid healing on a lot of the different species of fish, and the KH is going to help stabilize pH, and the carbonates in the water are going to help nitrifying bacteria and stuff like that. Now, the next hack would be in reference to accumulants. Over time, particularly if you are trying to take advantage of hacks to lower your maintenance, you need to be aware that things are going to accumulate in the aquarium. And when I say accumulants, I'm referring to all the different things that I can't test and I really don't know much about. So what I will use is polyfilter. So polyfilter will adsorb and absorb anything impure out of the water. It'll change color to tell you what it's removing, and it will change color to tell you when it's actually full. So if I'm trying to hack the aquarium to lower maintenance, I will definitely use polyfilter, and then I'll throw that out when it's black and replace it. So that's going to take care of any accumulants that we may have in the tank. Now, the last hack that I'm going to offer is this product here, which is called Aquarium Detox. Now, through the back of your aquarium, particularly under the rocks, you can form what's called anoxic bacteria. Anoxic bacteria is the whole reason why I love Marine Pure, because of its parallel denitrification that does not allow anoxic bacteria. So, anoxic bacteria, if the oxygen can't get under the rock, then you will have an anoxic state. The anoxic state can discharge hydrogen sulfide, which over time can depress the immune systems of the fish. And if you remove it at once, it is possible to release hydrogen sulfide and actually kill your fish, and I have actually done that. So this particular product here, basically that's what it does. Introduces bacteria from mud. In this tank here, I put 3 teaspoons in every 3 months, and that's all it requires. And that will keep steady colonies of this bacteria from mud, and that goes in, eats all the sludge, eats all of the heavy debris that may be in the filter or in the tank, and it will be totally incompatible with anoxic zones. So it'll go in there and destroy all the anoxic zones, so you're not discharging hydrogen sulfide, and that means that it's not affecting the immune system of the fish, and it is not going to be a risk if you're going to rearrange the aquarium. So anyway, there's a bunch of hacks from my experience. If I've left out anything that you do, then make sure you chuck a little note on the bottom of this video, and just add anything that you do that is going to lower the maintenance in your experience. So, good filtration, good surface agitation, good quality foods, good extraction of accumulants, addressing the long-term buildup of hydrogen sulfide, making sure you have catfish to eat the algae, making sure you have catfish to scavenge the bottom and dig in the sand, making sure your lights are not on too long, making sure you use the gravel cleaner when you actually do your water changes. And there is a whole bunch of things that you could implement in your tank. All of them make a massive impact to me. So these things collectively will absolutely increase the success you're having with the aquarium and lower the maintenance of the aquarium, in my opinion. Anyway, don't forget to subscribe, and don't forget to comment.